Hi, I'm VEERA Mahajan and reading Domestic Abuse is Unreported Crime, honoring October as a Domestic Abuse Awareness Month. So today I'm going to read Reason for Writing Unreported. Why am I writing and talking about domestic abuse and violence? Every day, in every corner of the world, women and children are beaten, raped, and abused. Domestic violence is not just hitting or fighting or an occasional argument. It's an abuse of power. The abuser tortures and controls the victim by calculated threats, intimidation, and physical violence. Although both men and women can be abused, in most cases the victims are women. Children in homes with domestic violence are often also abused or neglected. When I was a teenager, I moved to USA from India. I have seen domestic abuse firsthand as a child, then as an adult. 40% of married women in India have faced some degree of spousal abuse. But domestic abuse is not just a cultural problem. Domestic violence knows no boundaries. It affects all cultures. Domestic violence is cancer. It does not discriminate against age, color, race, gender, financial status, education, or sexual preference. In 2004, about 1/3 of female murder victims in America were killed by an intimate partner. Approximately 3% of male murder victims were likewise killed by their intimate partners. 4.8 million women experience intimate partner-related physical assaults and rapes every year. Less than 20% of battered women seek medical treatment following an injury or of this nature. In the United States alone, approximately 9,000 women are abused every day. Statistics: almost 95% of all domestic abuse victims are women. The majority of male victims are assaulted by other men. 1/3 of American women and 1/4 of women worldwide will experience domestic violence and abuse in their lifetime. I acknowledge that abuse goes both ways. So only for the sake of simplicity in this book, I will use her for the victim of abuse and him for the perpetrator of abuse. Domestic violence can vary in frequency and severity. It usually starts with emotional abuse and then progresses to physical or sexual assault. Several types of domestic violence may occur simultaneously. Physical violence is typically accompanied by emotional or psychological abuse, which can have various psychological consequences. Children often try to intervene to protect the adult victims, which puts them in dangerous situations. Witnessing these violent actions can be mentally damaging and cause problems such as depression, antisocial behavior, suicidal tendencies, alcoholism or substance abuse, anxiety or low self-esteem, inability to trust others, fear of intimacy, symptoms of post-traumatic stress disorder, emotional detachment, sleep disturbances. If you live in abuse, remember, you're not alone. It's not your fault. Help is available. I want to share these stories because I have seen, I have been there, and I know. The stories in this book are an amalgamation of experiences for men and women who have been there too. We all chose to fight abuse and are now living wonderfully free lives. You can too. I'm writing this book because I lived with abuse for more than 40 years before I decided to stop accepting it. I stopped accepting it not only for myself, but to protect my sons and break the intergenerational pattern of violence and abuse. I needed my sons to learn that these behaviors are unacceptable. And more than anything, I want to make sure that my boys will never accept abuse from anyone or think of inflicting it on anyone else. I'm speaking up because I wish someone had spoken up for me and shown me how to break the cycle. I'm speaking up so that my voice can reach someone who needs support in making this tough decision. I want to help someone say no to living in fear. I wish someone had helped me believe sooner that I deserved better. I wish someone had told me that I should be loved more than once in a while, and that I deserve to be loved all the time. That is what I want to tell you. I wish someone had taught me that I deserve to live my life to the fullest. I know it now, and I wish to share it with you. You deserve to live your life to your full potential without fearing or being controlled by another human being. I'm speaking up now because I know that words matter and can make a difference. I hope my words touch you and help you to believe that it is never acceptable to live in fear of another. If that is your situation, know this: you are living with abuse and you deserve better. Please say it to yourself: I deserve better. Abusing someone is wrong. Accepting abuse is worse. Mahatma Gandhi. Do you know that you were born as good as anyone else? Well, you were. No one has the right to make you feel afraid or make you feel bad about yourself. You need to own that and accept nothing less. One sure way to end the cycle of abuse is to stop being a victim. If you know that you have done everything you could to change him, but he won't change, you need to look at the alternative. I know it's important for most women to keep giving and forgiving the people they love, but you must stop trying to change him. Change yourself. Stop asking him to not hurt you. Stop accepting the hurt. If you can't change him, change the situation. If you can't change the situation, get out of the situation. You can't blame anyone for not caring about you if you honestly don't care about yourself. If you have to leave to protect yourself, leave. You need to do whatever it takes to protect and take care of yourself. Stand up for yourself. You need to stop waiting and hoping that he will see that he hurts you. You know you're hurt. Do something about it. Don't wait. If moving out is what you need to do, then you have to move out. I'm not an advocate of divorce. I still believe in and celebrate the institution of marriage. But commitment or a marriage certificate is not a permission slip you give someone to take over your life and mistreat you. Most of you chose to be with your partner to live a happy life. You want to be with the person that you love. You want to share your life and joy with someone. You do not marry so that you would live in fear. And if you're living in fear, you must take steps to change the situation. Even though abuse of women is more common than abuse against men, there are some abusive, dangerous women too. These women hurt some good men. I want to assure you that this is not a book about man bashing. I am against anyone who uses control and power to hurt others. I want to speak to all the men and women who tolerate abuse and let someone hurt them. I want to warn them that not one bit of their love and sacrifice is going to bring transformation. The abuser is not going to change for you or anyone else or because you love him. People don't change unless they want to do it for themselves. It is your responsibility to keep yourself safe and happy. You deserve it. Don't let anyone make you believe otherwise. I want to believe that there was an important reason for me to experience the kind of life I did. I believe that I had to live with abuse so that I could help others in a similar situation. I was able to find the strength and passion within myself to become free of abuse. By doing this, I'm able to raise awareness about abuse and encourage women to become free of it. Maybe this is the purpose of my life. Maybe I had to know abuse from inside out so that I would have the empathy for others who are living in abusive situations. Maybe I lived a life that felt almost like a boot camp training so that I would learn how to get out and teach others, and to teach my own sons how to be loving and caring men. I hope that I've been able to reduce the chance of abuse to show up in the next generation, at least in my family. I believe that things happen for a reason. I also believe that God doesn't give anyone tasks that he or she is unable to handle. It took me many years, but I finally did it. I finally freed myself of abuse. I am now free and I am happy. You owe it to yourself to find, claim, and live your own life. You deserve to be happy and free. Thank you.